And now, direct from the Ducks Bar, out at Blue Collarville, broadcasting through Blue Collar Media on podcast and live stream. It's time for the Ducks Shed Podcast.
Get all Australian boys need a shed.
Yes, g'day and welcome to my Shed Bar for the latest edition of the Duck Shed Podcast, broadcasting through Blue Collar Media on podcast and live stream from the actual bar out here in Blue Collarville. Now, as you know by now, we've turned the Friday night shed sessions with a few mates around the bar into a podcast and live stream show. Now, you too can be a part of it. All you do is just comment on the video below or simply send an email. To do that, just go to bluecollarmedia.com.au, click on the contact button to do that, and we certainly do enjoy the feedback we get here and, of course, respond to all of those emails. Now, this week I am joined again by my mate Dave Wilkins, Wilco, who will play a couple of tunes a little bit later on, and, of course, Reggie the barman is back. And what about this? As well as serving the beers, he'll also play a song or two, so we look forward to that. We actually tested him out the other night when we went off air, and he goes all right, so we thought we'd give him a bit of a crack at that. Now, our special guest this week is a bloke who started his motor racing career way back in 1964 in an FJ Holden, of all things, and although he became the hope of the side for the Blue Oval Brigade, in the early days he actually drove a Holden. He drove an EH Holden. He also drove Tiranas before switching to what has become and still is today a very strong association with the Ford brand. I remember personally I started following him when he drove that XB two-door Falcon, which was one of my favourites. He's won a stack of touring car championships. He's conquered Bathurst a few times. He's even tried his hands at a little bit of racing in the States and was a pioneer when it came to in-car commentary. I mean, who could forget some of those live crosses with the great Mike Raymond? He's certainly driven everything from Falcons to Mustangs to Sierras for Ford. These days, he's the co-owner of the supercar giant team, DJR Team Penske. I am, of course, talking about Australian motor racing legend Dick Johnson. Now, just before I cross to Dick, you've got to be able to relate to this. I mean, back in the day, it was motor racing, the Group C racing was fantastic, and it used to sound like this.
The green flag, the green car, and the man from Queensland, Dick Johnson, underway.
This is the heavyweight of the race, the Big Falcon. Oh, the Queenslander puts the wheel out as he goes round Hell Corner. Enormous horsepower under the bonnet there. Giant strides up Mountain Straight.
Heading up to GTX Bend. Just listen to 351 work. To the right-hander. The climb to the top of Mount Panorama as Queensland's Dick Johnson goes after pole position.
Big new wheels on the Falcon, sits on the road so much better. A ton of power on the ground.
And listen to the cheers of the crowd across the top of the mountain as one of Australian motorsport's most popular drivers guns the big V8.
Oh, everybody's hero, Dick Johnson. Listen to the cheers.
And Dick Johnson joins me right now. That take you back, Dick?
It certainly does, I can tell you. That's a memory I'll never forget, I can assure you.
Yeah, well, I won't forget that particular lap, and you may have noticed, Dick, I did cut it short because I was standing down the bottom of Conrod Straight on that particular lap with a mate of mine, Ray James, and you just didn't turn up down there.
Yeah, you would have been waiting for a while.
Yeah, exactly right. In fact, I think you got a lift past us with Brocky at the time, and he gave you a lift that day, didn't he?
Oh, well, I suppose everyone's got to be embarrassed once in their life.
Yeah. Oh, but, mate, it was certainly on song. And I'll tell you what, race cars, although these days they go very fast, mate, they don't sound anything like that, do they?
It sounded pretty cool, that rig, and I think that's what touring car masters are about to try and reproduce these days. You know, as long as they control it properly, it'll be a fantastic series.
Yeah, it has proven to be very popular, mate, and I'm a fan of it. And we'll talk about that XD Falcon that your young bloke Stephen's driving now. It's it's like going back in time. It's fantastic to see that blue XD drive around. Mate, how you been with the hibernation, mate? Have you been, at home, just in lockdown?
Well, just look behind me. I look like any bloody politician with the bookshelves and all that shit in the background. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, no, exactly, mate. You look pretty professional there. Actually, you do have a bit of. You have plenty of books there and stuff.
Tell me about it.
Oh, mate, but it's been testing, mate, and we talk about the whole country coming to a halt, and there's no footy, although it's back this weekend, and no live sort of shows, no music artists out doing anything, but it's also put a hold on the supercars, and mate, it's a bit of a pain, isn't it?
Well, it's not very exciting to say the least, but at least I get to go to work every day, and with almost virtually an empty workshop, I get to do a lot of my foreign orders, which I don't normally get the opportunity to do.
Yeah, we've got to love a foreign order, mate, that's for sure. Mate, would you try your hand at the E-Race, the E-Series? I mean, you'd go all right at that, wouldn't you?
Mate, the last thing I played was Pac-Man.
Yeah, tell me about it, mate. Mate, those early days, I mean, there's a huge difference to what goes on today. I mean, you basically built your cars in the garage at home, didn't you?
Yeah, we used to build them at home, and it'd be very interesting to see the drivers these days to build their own engines and their own gearboxes and diffs and things like that, and then all of a sudden have to get out and sort of race the car and maintain it during the weekend. But it's like everything changes, and you've got to accept change, and unfortunately, we've accepted it the right way at this point in time.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And that, like you say, it's become very, very professional and big money now. It's incredible. Mate, back in those early days, you did start off in the Holdens, mate. What was the go with the switch to Ford? How did that happen?
Well, no one's perfect, mate. You got to start at the bottom and work your way up, I suppose. And that's basically where it all sort of happened. My dad, he was a manager of the biggest Holden dealership in Australia or in Queensland, and I was a very, very much a Holden fan at that point in time. But when the opportunity came after I was spending every cent I had to go racing, I was asked to drive a Ford, and I thought, well, mate, somebody else is going to pay the bills. It could be a bloody Skoda, mate, and I couldn't care less. So I was into it, So.
Yeah, mate, were you always good at driving and mechanics and stuff like that? Because it's basically, you built your own engines and built your own cars. I mean, where did that come from? I mean, was it just something that you picked up off your dad?
No, pretty much in a sense, but I was a self-taught mechanic that I did 2 years in national service and ended up with a ticket in there because of what I'd done previously. And once I got out of the army, I started my own business and worked from there. I started in a little workshop. Well, I started under the house at home to start with, and then got a little workshop, and after that, I ended up in a Shell service station because I raced at Lakeside and Surfers Paradise, and Shell were way back then were one of my sponsors, and they still are today.
Yeah, it's been one of the great corporate sponsorship deals of ever, I reckon. I mean, it's unbelievable how they've stuck solid with you all throughout, haven't they? I mean, you're talking a lot. How many years have you been associated with Shell now?
I think it's about 53 years this year that we've been involved with Shell in some way, shape or form, and it's been a fantastic relationship, and it's as strong now as it has been at the best of times.
Yeah, absolutely. It is incredible, and the cars these days look fantastic. They've gone a little bit back to the future with the look of the cars these days, mate. The true blue Falcon and even the XB was blue, mate. Where did the blue colour? Was that just a mistake, or you purposely picked that colour?
No, blue's Ford. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
No, it just came back from virtually when one of my sponsors back then was Palmer Tube Mills, and they had a product called True Blue Steel Tubing, and which was steel used to be a black a black square piece of stuff that came off a mill, and people used to get their hands dirty. But this Ross Palmer, who was a very innovative sort of a guy, he managed to be able to clean it and paint it blue, and it came out the other end, and it was nice and clean. You didn't get your hands dirty when you were, and you could weld it, you could do all that sort of stuff, and it was just a fantastic product. And he was very much an innovator, a leader of his time, and that's where the True Blue bit came from.
Yeah, yeah, mate, and obviously even now today, I mean, it's so recognisable, that car. And did you know at the time, you just wouldn't have ever thought that, you know, all these years later, you know, from the early 80s to, you know, 2020, and people still get really excited when they see that car. It's just incredible, isn't it?
Look, it was a very iconic vehicle at the time, and I came into the situation with that car when the Holden dealer team was all dominant, and fortunately we were able to sort of be competitive against Brocky and the HDT and all that sort of stuff, and we were just a bunch of two of us, and my brother on occasion, like when he wasn't working in the servo, to come and build a car, and we were very much an amateur sort of a deal.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it really is. And you look at how far that you've come. How were you mates with Brocky?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy, mate. He changed a lot over the years that I knew him, though, and very different person at the end. But in the early days, mate, he was fantastic.
Yeah, he had a lot of time for the fans, didn't he? As did you. I remember. I never forget that time with that when we played a bit of that lap when you went to the tree at Forest Elbow, and I was only a young bloke, and we'd lined up. I'm not that young now, Dick, but we'd lined up to get your autograph, and after a day that you'd had, I mean, you were lucky that you didn't get killed. To be truthful, it was a massive smash. To stand there, and you were there for ages, just with a line for as long as you could see of people who just wanted to get your autograph. And I guess you and him were the same in that regard. You know that you had a lot of time for the fans, and still do.
It was probably a little different for me because I think I came on the scene in 1980 when that rock incident happened, and that's the thing that really sort of got things rolling for me, and I sort of grabbed it with both hands and did the best I could to be able to pay back to those people that supported us in the best way I possibly could, and that was win races.
Which was massive at the time. Could you believe it when that rock was there? I mean, you're travelling around that track at enormous speeds, and all of a sudden there's this rock right on the track. I mean, what were you thinking? Shit, where'd that come from?
No, that's a long story, mate. That's a complete program to tell you about that. But at the end of the day, I was probably not as surprised at what the bank manager would have been, let me tell you that much.
Yeah, I reckon so. Mate, I mentioned on that bit of audio, there was Mike Raymond, and I was very lucky enough to do some work with Mike Raymond a few years back with the Parramatta Speedway. And, mate, Mike Raymond is basically, without him, supercars could even look a bit different today, couldn't they?
Well, Mike was a very, very huge part of where supercars ended up sort of developing from, and it was just enormous sort of deal that Channel 7 and Mike Raymond could see the value in where it was all going with the Australian touring cars, etc. And then it sort of became a little more commercial, etc., and it all developed from there, though. But Mike was a huge part of it.
Yeah, he certainly was, and a legend. And for years and years, he was the voice of motorsport. He was just an incredible bloke, really good bloke. I enjoyed his company. Not that I knew him extremely well, but we did do some work together, and just a great bloke, and loved his motor racing. Just couldn't wait for Bathurst to come around, and very, very passionate. It was very sad that we lost him not that so long ago. Mate, John Bowe, I mean, when you go through the years and you teamed up with him, I mean, that was a fairly success. You know, you're up against Brocky, you're up against all these. You know, when Scafey comes through and all these blokes are starting to come through, but you and John Bower, mate, formed a pretty strong partnership. I mean, how did that come about?
Oh, JB was he was in the wings and wanted to get involved in what he could see was going to be the biggest part of Australian motorsport at the time, and I got a Christmas card from this guy I never even knew. So, and with the Shell sponsorship coming on board in a much bigger way, and it just evolved from there, and we had a great relationship for some 11 years he raced with me.
Yeah, no, he certainly and still drives in the Masters, and it was good to see a couple of years ago when Stephen won the Masters in Newcastle and they drove down that straight and they've arms out the window holding hands, because he was more than a co-driver. He basically become a very, very staunch family friend, didn't he?
No, he's not a co-driver, mate. We never had co-drivers in our team. We had two drivers, and JB was certainly probably an extremely very, very talented guy, and still is today. And I don't know how he keeps going on the way he goes, but obviously he's got nothing else in his life.
Well, mate, he certainly still does go all right, and he's right up there in that Masters. And he had that big crash, I think it was in Adelaide a couple of years ago, and we thought, oh, mate, he was so filthy. He was lucky to get out of that, but he's aimed up and back into it, which is good. Mate, the Masters series, we did touch on that. Mate, that's a fantastic series. That's getting more and more popular, probably with us old blokes who remember watching those old cars drive around. And it's a bit like old school. I've seen some social media posts of you and Stephen working on the car and building the engines and doing it. Do you love getting involved?
Yeah, I do, mate, but I'm sort of starting to get a bit over it, to be quite honest. Like I need to spend a little bit more time. Like in tomorrow week is Julie and my 50th bloody wedding anniversary, and it's about time I started to say, well, gee, I better spend a little bit of time with her.
Mate, she must have had a heart in her mouth a few times over the years, mate, eh? Like, fair income. To watch you go through what you did and watch you race, and it's a fairly dangerous sport. I mean, then all of a sudden, her son Stephen's involved. I mean, how does she handle it? She must have nerves of steel, does she?
It's not only that. Now we've got the grandson, for God's sake. So it's just one of those situations where it's an evolution. So at this point, you know, I'd like to try and step back a bit, and I'll give young Jet, you know, a bit of a help, because he's my best mate, and between him and Steve, we've got plenty happening in the future. So
yeah, no, it's good, and it's good how it's become a family affair, mate. And like we said, there'll be plenty of people following. I reckon there's even a few Holden fans following Stephen in that Masters just because of that car. It's just such an iconic vehicle and such a good brand. Mate, you've teamed up with Roger Penske, mate. That's made a huge difference to your team. And, mate, how did that happen? Because he's enormous in the States, obviously, and to hook up with him is just has changed. It's kept all those. It's amazing now how the Holden blokes are all spewing. All of a sudden they're getting done.
Oh, it's not so much that. It's just a matter of bringing a different culture into our team and putting the right people in place and managing it properly. And fortunately for me, it's been an absolute asset to our whole team, because all the guys, they work together so well. It's a very well coordinated and organised team.
Where do you see Scotty McLaughlin, mate? I mean, he's certainly a huge talent. And where do you see his future? He could be anything, couldn't he?
Well, we'll just wait and see, mate, because what's happened in the last few months has put a lot of different perspective on a lot of different things. So no one can predict what's going to happen in the future.
Yeah. Mate, do you still look forward to Bathurst? I mean, it's the event. There's two there this year, which is pretty good. Do you still get excited and get that feeling you can't wait to get to Bathurst?
Bathurst is unique, and it's one of those situations where you just got to say, well, Bathurst is Bathurst, and all the rest we'll just wait and see how I go. But I got other things I want to do at the moment.
Yeah, no, that's good, mate. And like it's broken plenty of hearts. Well, that's it, mate. And you deserve to do those things too, mate. I was talking to a bloke today and told him you were coming on this. He said you're right into your boating. You're still into the boating?
No, I've sort of stepped back a little bit from that at the moment because it's become, with the grandkids and that, it's become a little more orientated to what they want to do. And certainly, I'm not getting any younger, for Christ's sake, mate. So I don't have the agility I used to have. And Jilly wants to do a few other things, and she's put up with it for quite a number of years. So it's about time that I said, well, maybe we should do a couple of things you want to do.
Yeah, why not, mate? That's good. Well, Dick, I really appreciate you coming on and having a chat with us tonight. And welcome to me shed, mate. We started to do this because when we were all in lockdown and you couldn't go and visit anybody, everyone used to be around this bar having a beer at night, and no one was around. So I started to get them on the phone, and I thought, we might record them. So, mate, I really appreciate you coming on, mate, and having a chat to us. Mate, when are we back on the racetrack? Do you know?
Yep, on the in about 4 weeks, the last weekend of June.
Yeah, you beauty, mate.
At Eastern Creek,
yeah,
or Sydney Motorsport Park.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Oh, mate, can't wait for it. It's going to be an absolute cracker, and hopefully by the time Bathurst comes around, we'll be allowed to have some crowd in there and get a few people in at least, because it's just one of those events. It's the one where everyone has a Bathurst barbecue day. It's just it's certainly the meeting of the year, and the fact that we get two of them this year is going to be
I'd love to have one as a barbecue day.
Yeah,
Really nice.
Mate, you get pretty well received up the top of the mountain, don't you? I've seen you up there.
Yeah, I know. They don't cook the steak the way I like it.
Yeah. Even the Holden fans love you up there, mate.
Mate, that's terrific, and I really appreciate it. I really do.
Yeah, no, it's really good, mate. Well, Dick, stay well, mate, and obviously we'll bump into you around the racetracks as soon as they're back on the track. I really do appreciate you coming on tonight, mate. I know it's your dinner and Jim Beam time, and It's good to see you looking after those sponsors, mate.
Mate, my potatoes are overcooked, mate, so you've just screwed me. So.
All right, Dick. Well, mate, stay.
Cheers, buddy.
You on your mate. Cheers, mate, and thanks for coming on, and
Thank
good
you.
luck. And good luck for the rest of the season, mate. I'm sure you'll do well. Good on you.
Yeah, we will, mate. Thank you.
Good on you, mate. And there he is, Dick Johnson, and how good was he? It's just amazing to get him on this tonight. It's fantastic, and an absolute legend. I've actually followed him for many, many years. I've brainwashed the young bloke as well, so it was good to get Dick Johnson on to have a bit of a chat to him. And when we contacted him, he didn't hesitate. He just said, "Yeah, look, I'm in." So not a problem at all. He just said, "Mate, and he did say it was his Jim Beam time." So. All very good. Now, as you know, over the last few weeks here in the shed, we have introduced a couple of my mates here who have been entertaining us. Now, we've got Wilco here again tonight, so Wilco, come and have a seat. And we've got Reggie, the barman, who's he's got the suit on. Reggie, just come around here and have a look at this suit. We'll just get your tune ready. You ready to go, Reggie? Here he is. Mate, where did you get that from? But social distancing, Reggie, for Christ's sake. So just stand here, just show the suit, get on there. I mean, this one's come straight out of the clothes bin at South Windsor. I mean, unbelievable. All right, off you go, Reggie. Just off you go. There he goes, Reggie, and thanks for that beer too, mate. And that was Reggie. We'll just get him off there. Wilco, I'll turn your microphone on, mate. How you going, son?
Mate, bloody brilliant.
How good was it chat to Dick Johnson?
That was great. That
Well,
was
you
really
need
great.
to move in a bit because we just got you a little bit off camera there, and we
no
might be able to
worries.
get Courtney to turn that around just a bit, maybe. Or there you are. You're back
Yep.
on. Yeah. So I think Reggie might have moved your seat earlier. Now, for fans of Reggie, I've got to say he has got a few fans, Reggie. I mean, there's a lot of comments coming through on the blower, and but for fans of Reggie, we actually get Reggie up on the guitar later, sing a couple of tunes, which will be pretty
Bloody
good.
oath. You bet.
So don't fuck it up, Reggie. Whatever you do, son.
Is it my cheating heart or your cheating heart? That's mine. It's your cheating heart.
I just
right.
can't believe, mate. Where did you get that jacket from? Yeah, what, 50 years? Oh, unbelievable, mate.
Can't
Now,
have it. That's a cracker, Reggie.
mate, we might just, Corky, if you go around, just turn that camera. We've got half of, we've sort of lost Wilco because Reggie moved his seat before, so we'll just get
I'm also wondering, Jackie, is there any way to fix up Reggie's tie? I mean, he's got it half around the back of his head there.
Yeah, that's it. So it's just got to go around a little bit. I'll tell you when. This is live here, folks. So we go good. We got Reggie just a little bit around that, so the camera goes that way. There we go.
Yeah.
Whoa, perfect.
Hey!
There he is. You're back on full deal, mate. How good
Full
was
tilt boogie.
Mate, how good was Dick Johnson?
Mate, it takes me back actually, mate. My old man used to take my brothers and I to Amaroo Park and Oran Park Raceway, and we'd watch the cars go around. We used to watch, actually before those guys were on, we watched the Gagan brothers in their Porsches and stuff like that. It was bloody amazing, amazing times.
Yeah, mate, it was
loved
certainly when motor racing was, I reckon, when motor racing was at its best back then.
You bet, absolutely.
It was unbelievable. And it was the truth, what I said was true. We went out there, me and a mate of mine, Ray James, and another mate of ours who we haven't seen for a long time, but we were always Ford goers, you know.
Yeah.
And we stood at the bottom of Conrod Straight waiting for Dick. He went on that lap, and we played a bit of that lap earlier.
Yeah.
And, mate, that car was flying, like, absolutely flying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he just
yeah.
didn't turn up. And we thought, mate, where is he?
He stopped for a drink on the side of the road
and
or
that
something.
was when he, and we should have asked him, when he hit he clipped the tyre and it headed off into the trees. He still had his foot into it.
Mate, that was such a
huge crash.
Huge
crash.
deal, wasn't it? The poor bugger, he's probably heard it a million times and doesn't want to talk about it anymore. But he,
oh mate,
but Jesus, what a nice bloke to actually even come on and talk to you about that, because that would have been a moment in his life that he probably wants to forget.
I mean, yeah, well, which I reckon would be the part getting the lift with Peter Brock down.
Yeah,
because Peter Brock,
totally, mate.
Brocky picked him up, I think. So
yeah, on his bonnet.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, it was good, and I really thank him for coming on. And mate, he didn't hesitate when I spoke to him. He just said, "Yeah."
What a great bloke.
He said, he said, what about Reggie? Now, look, we've got to set the scene here, folks.
Oh, Jesus, Reggie.
I mean, we've got a fire going here, as we do every week.
Fucking hell, mate.
So Reggie's got a fan going on the fire and just blowing the smoke all over the girls. Reggie, how about you take the fan over towards the table and then aim the smoke that way? You're smoking us out in here now. I mean, fair dinkum. Oh, mate.
Oh, mate. Jesus.
Anyway, I mean, listen, Reggie, you're supposed to be serving the beers, not drinking them. How many have you had? 90. Yeah, mate. Now, just on the beers, we've got a beer sponsor tonight. We've got a hotel sponsor. This is pretty good.
We certainly do.
Oh, hang on, he's going to get out the spool. The Australian Hotel at McGrath's, which is a great pub too.
Well, I've got to tell you a couple of things about it, mate. Firstly, I'll tell you, because Kim's actually watching, Kim, the licensee, Kim Maguire. Kim's the wife of my mum would call him my fifth brother, and Michael passed away last year, which was just horrendous for everybody. But Michael's memory lives on in this sponsorship because he loved a beer.
Did he?
He loved a beer, yep. And I remember when I was about 15 and I was drinking my first schooner in that pub, and his brother Steve kicked me out. Steve was a copper, and he had a big right-hand boot and booted me right up the arse, straight out the pub. Yeah. So, but I've been drinking there ever since. You know, our service station where I grew up.
The old Esso. We've got the Esso sign here. That's right.
Mate, it was right next to it. So, we've had a long-standing relationship, both families, Maguires and the Wilcos. But Kim was wonderful enough tonight when we called and said, do you want to sponsor the show?
She's on. Kim, well done. The Australian Hotel at McGrath's, a good pub. It's got the best drive-through, double-lane drive-through there.
Yeah, bloody hell. And the specials, mate, on at the moment.
I have bought the odd cake. We're going to run through the specials, are we? I mean, this has turned into what are we? What are we? What do you turn us into?
Totally.
Commercialised us.
This is like the Grand Old Opry, live advertising. This is fantastic.
Listen, but you get to that, and I've got some comments to get to, but we've got plenty of people watching us tonight.
I'm telling you, mate, $44.99 for a carton of Ted. This is unreal.
Carton of Ted, how much?
$44.99.
Oh, mate, cheap. Get out there. Get me a couple.
Bloody Dick Johnson will love this. He's Jim Beam, $51.99 for a huge bottle. It looks like it's about a keg.
Give me a look at it. Yeah. Well, mate, geez, that's big. I could fit that in this. I've got this Jim Beam thing behind me here, which you can't see on camera.
I reckon you could.
Yeah, you could do that.
Glenfiddich, bloody, oh, mate, all this stuff. What, 2 for 1? Hang on. No, I better not say that.
2 for 1. Anyway, so we can do that. But like we say, Blackie, can you just duck over to the McGrath's Hill pub, the Australian, and just get that 2-for-1 deal for me? Now, we've got a couple of mates here, other mates here tonight. I've got a few people who listen to us on the radio would know, you hear me mention my mate Big Dave Rampling, who's sitting at the bar here, and he's also social distancing as well, which has been pretty good for everyone who knows him.
Everyone but Reggie social distances.
No, Reggie's over there now just putting the fire out. I mean, what are you doing, Reggie?
We need an extinguisher in here, I think.
Anyway, so Reggie's over there and he's just taking a burnt log. How are your hands going off the fire that was on fire and then stuck it on top of a piece that isn't?
Oh,
No, you wouldn't take him camping. So the Australian Hotel, if you're in the Hawkesbury area, make sure you drop in. They've got a fantastic bottle over there too, which is a ripper. And you can't miss that pub on the corner of...
the Fountain on the Mountain, mate.
Yeah, it was a Pittown Road and the Windsor Road
Windsor
there.
Road,
It's a massive pub and a massive bottle over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
the Fountain on the Mountain.
You'd be my surprise. I've driven in there a couple of times myself.
Oh, mate, I've been in there. Oh, Jesus.
Anyway, we'll go through. What about? I've got a couple of messages. You're not going to believe it.
James Glendenning.
James Glendenning's on here. He's got He's got a couple of little laughing emojis about Reggie. I won't say what else he said. Tell Reggie he's a wanker. Oh, James, that's a bit hard.
Jesus, mate.
Anyway, so all very good. I've got one from my mate Peter Gordry up in Mackay, Queensland. He's filthy on the Western Star cap because he's a Kenworth driver.
Yep.
See, Western Star and Kenworth's like Holden and Ford.
Ah, right.
Although they've got the same engines and gearboxes most of the time.
Right.
Anyway, it's a bit of a wank, Pete. But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Your mate Donna Berg's in. Lumpy's in. Mick Lumpton. He's a top bloke, Lumpy.
Lumpy.
Yeah, hear Lumpy on Hawkesbury Radio occasionally. Good bloke, mate. And right into the ski racing and all that.
Oh,
Loves
yeah.
it. Yeah, good bloke.
Gets in a Dargle there now and then, does he?
Anyway, I've got Vic Widman tuned in, which is fantastic. Good on you, Vic. And someone's just said about Reggie, fuck him, don't give him a guitar.
Oh, no.
I won't mention that was. I won't mention.
Don't
Jared.
even say you said that.
I don't want to mention.
Might have been me.
I don't mention names anyway. Thanks for your comment, Jared Faint. Anyway, so James Glenning again.
Good on you, Jared.
James Glenning again. Well, mate, James, what can we say? He's just straight back on. Deborah, good on you for your comments. Plenty of people. Dave Berthon, who's one of my mates from 2GB, the motoring guru. He's 113 now.
Jesus.
It's amazing.
That's not bad. Is he still driving?
Yeah.
Crikey.
Mate, his car's older than him.
Jesus.
Oh, mate, he's got the best Rolls Royce of all time. I might get him on the shed thing one night. We should try and ring him up on FaceTime. We might try and send him a text if he'd come on.
Yeah.
He's one of the. He's a bit pompous and upper class, but I mean, we bring him down to our level. It's not too hard. So, but good to see that Dave Berthon's watching. He's a good mate of mine, a good bloke. Jared's on there. Here's a comment. What's with the Western Star cap duck? I won't say what else you said.
My cousin
but it was
used
good to
drive
see. Mark
Western Star,
Thompson, I think, is a mate of mine down in Canberra's watching. Plenty of people tuned in. Matt Summerall. Matt Summerall is the mate. Some media.
Yeah.
Mate, you've got to get onto this. Look, we'll just play this because, as you know, every time we start this show on a Friday night, we do this.
And now, direct from the Ducks Bar, out at Blue Collarville, broadcasting through Blue Collar Media on podcast and live stream. It's time for the Ducks Shed Podcast.
So that voice is the velvet tones of Matt Summerall. So if you want some voiceover work,
how good is he?
Get onto him because, mate, he can do it all. And he's got a few other voices as well. Have you got voices? Can you do voices?
Yeah.
Yep.
No, mate, I'm shit house at it.
Yeah, listen, we might have to. I mean,
apparently Reggie's good at some voices.
I'll tell you what he's not good at. Getting the fire. What have you fucking done to that fire,
Jesus,
Reggie?
mate.
You're smoking us out in here.
For fuck's sake.
Jesus. God, Reggie. I mean, mate, how is the fire going? Oh, hang on. You've stirred it. It's going. Just don't touch it. Just leave it sit there. Mate, sit down. So Reggie will be playing for us a bit later on.
Yeah.
Which is good. And we certainly do love Reggie. Don't we?
Oh, I love Reggie.
Huh?
We've got to get a few more cameras in here so we can turn around and get the whole deal going on.
We need to up the budget a little bit. Anyway, so all good. And as we saw, I mentioned earlier, my mate Dave Rampling, he's sitting at the bar, he and his wife Michelle. We've got a message from my next door neighbour, Lawrence. Hey, hope you're well, Rampo. You've become a star, Ramp. We can get you on camera if you want, Ramp. So he's running now. The quickest I've seen him move. Anyway, but all very good. But everyone who's tuned in, here's another one from James Glendenning telling me I just bullshitted.
Oh, come on, James.
Hang on, Jay. Another one from James Glendenning. Mate, Reggie's an imbecile. Oh, mate, that's a bit hard.
That's bullshit.
Mate, that is unbelievable, James. I mean,
Jesus.
fair dinkum. I mean, if you're going to start that sort of caper, mate, don't insult the bloke.
Jesus.
And it's good to see you, mate. Glenn from Rough Stocks tuned in as well. So plenty of people tuned in.
Bloody
And
Rough Stock, mate.
And my mate Chris Holmes, who runs Sid Shoe Surgery out there at. We'll just give him a mention.
Yeah.
Just in case we need to get
And,
Darren Williams
Glenny's
boots
shop
fixed.
too, the cobbler in Windsor, Glenn.
Eh?
Maybe if you think,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
Glenny's-
absolutely.
Glenny's shop
Yeah,
there
I
in
know
Windsor.
they're not really in competition. They help each other.
Yeah.
So
well,
we've got Glenn from Rough Stock. We might get him up here
well,
one
we,
Friday
we,
night.
we tell Glenn that. I mean, we love Glenn. He's a great bloke.
Yeah.
But he could be a sponsor as well.
Who, Glenn?
Yeah. The cobbler, mate. You need some keys cut, don't you?
Yeah, well, mate, I'm a bit
Awesome.
torn because I know both of them. Anyway, in the meantime, I think
shit.
what you should do, Wilco, is I reckon you should play a bit of a tune for everyone at home who's tuned in. And just on this, we really certainly do thank you for tuning in every week. And we'll hang around for a bit tonight. How good was Dick Johnson? It was just amazing. And great that he could spare a bit of time for us and have a chat, Dave. There you go. So we want to turn... You're going to change mics and all that again?
I might just put this one out like that and throw this one up with the guitar and we'll see how it goes. But has your mate Davey got a Brisbane Broncos gear?
No, country, New South Wales country.
Right,
I mean, it's fair,
excellent.
he can
Right,
get with it.
yeah.
It's not Broncos, he's a St George man.
How great was the footy
So
last
suffering
night?
one as well.
The footy was great last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was good to see it back on the footy last night.
Yeah,
so
it
you're
was.
going to leave the headsets on, are you, and play tonight?
I'll just do this one
Yeah,
like
you
that.
can do that. Yeah, do you want me to? Yeah, I can leave that on. So you play a tune. This is Friday night in the Shed Bar, and our man Wilco is about to take charge right now. We hope you're kicking back on a Friday and enjoying it. And I'm going to go and see if I can fix this fire while Wilco plays this. Take it away, Wilco.
Good on you, mate. Tonight's the night I'm gonna make my true confession. I got my courage up. There's nothing that can hold me down, and words get tangled up in good intentions. But I know what my heart wants to say, yeah. I know what my heart wants to say, yeah. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue. On the tip of my tongue. Yeah, yeah. I got to let you know, for worse or for better, there's 100 ways to tell you. It really doesn't matter. It's time to turn on. Keep it simple, 'cause I know what you wanna hear. Why do I forget every time you were near? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue. 3 little words that I wanna say. You'll never know if you walk away. Hey, yeah. How's your beer going, Reggie? I think I wouldn't mind another one. Yeah, there's 3 little words that I wanna say. You'll never know if you walk away. It's right onto my tongue. How you going there, Davo? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's right on the tip of my tongue. On the tip of my tongue. Yeah, yeah. On the tip of my tongue. Yeah, yeah. On the tip of my tongue, yeah, yeah. Yo.
Oh, Wilco, go back to back. Can you go back to back?
Sure, mate, yeah.
Let's do another one. People don't want to hear me dribble. Why don't you go
They
back?
do want
What have we got here, mate? What do we? We might even later on pull the. I've got the harp here too. Don't forget, I've got the harmonica still on the bar.
Bloody brilliant, mate.
Adam Harvey did tell me to put them back in the console of the car.
No. Jeez, he's a bugger, eh?
Yeah? Oh, yeah,
Bloody
he's a good
big
bloke.
Harvey.
Just on that too, Adam and I started a podcast which released the first episode last Saturday.
Yeah, how'd it go?
Well, I've got to tell you, it's we've got some big news. We can't reveal it yet, but it's about to go through the stratosphere, whatever it's called. It's gone right off.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, so check that one out if you want. Country Picks with Adam Harvey and the Duck. It's a new podcast, and we post everything on Blue Collar Media. So just go there, and you can see everything we do. So, mate, what have we got coming up now?
Want to do a U2 one, mate?
A U2?
Yeah.
Yeah, me as well, mate. All right, whack
Yeah.
that on, and we'll do that, eh?
U3?
Yeah, U3. Yeah, well, that's right. We've got U3 over there, just trying to get that fire. The fire? Hang on, the fire's looking good. What we'll try and do, folks, is we'll try and get another camera in here, and we'll set it up so you can see what we can see, which is basically the girls sitting there. My daughter Courtney monitoring everything, making sure that it's working.
How good's Courtney,
Oh,
mate?
she's done a great job because she set it all up for us tonight and got us on the air. So well done, Corky. Good job, Buffett.
Yeah.
It does well. And then the girls are just sitting there dribbling, talking.
Drinking.
Oh, they're drinking too. What are you drinking? I've got a glass of red going, and what else? That's a vodka and something.
Blackie's got some water going there.
No,
obviously.
that's vodka and soda. Oh, water, yeah.
Yeah, it's water.
Fucking drinks that. Fair dinkum, mate. Kidding, aren't you? Righto, we'll go. Let's hit us up with a bit of U2, eh? Let's go.
I have climbed the highest mountains. I have run through the fields only to be with you. Only to be with you. I have run. I have crawled. I have scaled these city walls only to be with you. Only to be with you. But I haven't found what I'm looking for. But I haven't found what I'm looking for. I have kissed the honey lips and felt the healing in the fingertips. It burned like fire, burning desire. And I have spoke with eternal angels, and I have held the hand of the devil. It was warm in the night, it was cold as a stone, but I haven't found what I'm looking for. And I believe the kingdom come. Let all the colors bleed into one, bleed into one. Yeah, I'm still running. You broke the bonds, you lose the chain, you carry the cross of my shame, yeah, of my shame. Yeah, I believed it, but I haven't found what I'm looking for. But I haven't found what I'm looking for. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
Mate, the crowd's gone off. The crowd's gone off here, Wilco, as usual.
Bloody
So,
crowd's
well
gone.
done. And a few comments as well. We want to hear a bit of Bob Seeger. My Auntie Coral is watching
Ooh,
up there at
Bobby
Tweed
Seeger.
Heads. Can you do Bob Seeger?
I could do something like that, yeah.
Yeah, why don't you, do you want to do that in a minute? Or my mate Ian Gibbs, good on you, Gibbsy. He's tuned in as well. We've got one here from Aaron. Need to turn the guitar up in the mix duck. A little too low, so I've
Right,
turned
let's-
that mic up, maybe bring it a bit closer. So we're pretty amateur here. We're in the bloody shed, for God's
Yeah,
sake. But
it
we're,
was-
we're doing well. We're on the
Jesus.
job, mate. We're on it. So we'll try and fix that for you right now, Aaron, and do that. And we will. It's very funny. Someone just called you the dick, not the duck. Well, that's happened before. That was actually the Duck and Dick, the Dick and Duck show, or the Duck and Dick show tonight with Dick Johnson.
How, mate? I'm still. I love that. You know, and some of these guests that you're getting, mate. We had my mate Dicko and your mate and my mate Dicko on the other day.
Yeah, he
And that
was
was
good.
great.
Dicko was good, wasn't he?
Wasn't he great? And Erin Molan last week. How
Yeah,
great
how
was
good
she?
was Aaron? And we had a lot of good feedback about that too. Very, very
Mate, that's
strong.
she rattled off a sentence in Mandarin. She's been to 16.
That's
different
right, she did
schools.
too. I might have been a bit pissed. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, it was bloody brilliant. I love it that what you're bringing here to these viewers is that you're getting a different side of some of these folks that we know and love.
That's right.
So
yeah.
you got to love that, mate.
Well, really, up until I've got to say I don't know Dick Johnson very well at all, but everybody else, it's all been mates, you know, and I know them, so I know what to ask them.
Yeah.
And, which has been pretty good. We've got some big names lined up too over the next few weeks.
We do, mate.
Yeah, so there's only one thing. I do have a real job, and there's every chance, and we can't go into the detail yet, but there's every chance we might have to take off for a few weeks.
Yeah, well-
and do some work and take the radio show on the road, because our radio show broadcasts on 181 stations, and we're about to pick up a few more. So for people up in Queensland, stay tuned, because I think we're about to grab a few more stations up there.
Well, listen, Corky prayed Reggie and I tonight and said, I don't want
You
to...
could come over and take charge.
Yeah, take charge.
Yeah, well, you could always come with me, and we'll just do it on the road. I mean, so... And we did. But what we can do is we get Courtney then to log into everything while we're away, and she can fix it up. But
Mate, I'm ready to go.
there is a chance we'll have to have a bit of a break with it, but that's okay. We'll just keep going as long as we can, and then when I get back, we'll get back into it again.
Yeah,
But no,
sounds
it's been good. We've had a few people on. I mean, we started off with Kevin Bloody Wilson the first week.
Yeah.
And that was before we actually knew how to work everything. To get him on camera would have been fantastic. And but I that was our first show, and
Right.
I thought it was going to be our last. He was big.
Well, you
but
can-
anyway, so but we had him, Adam Harvey, who was who did well, and then obviously I had who for them we had Frank from the Walkabout Creek pub up there. Good on you, Frank, in McKinley, Queensland.
Frankie.
And good bloke Mark Levy came on. We had Ray Hadley the night we had all the internet dramas. So we have had a few names on here.
Yeah.
We've done well, and we've got some big ones coming up as well. So we look forward to bringing that to you. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget, you can still send plenty of comments through. We'll go through a few comments while you're working on your Bob Seeger.
Oh, I've got to try and
Now,
remember
we're in
it.
for a real treat here tonight, folks. A real treat.
Oh, yeah.
Our man, Reggie. Where you going now, Reggie?
Jesus, mate.
Don't be long. More than 3 shakes is a you-know-what, son. All right? So it becomes pleasure. So I've got to tell you, my mate Denny Dave's tuned in all the way up there from Kununurra. So well done. Right up the top of Western Australia, not far from the Northern Territory border. And it's good to see. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to reveal something. Anyone who listens to us on the radio knows about Outback signs, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the wall in the office?
I did. I was checking it out earlier on. What a great
Mate,
one.
how good is it? Mate,
That's fantastic. Blue
And,
Collar Media.
mate, we've just got to finish a couple of little touches, and then we'll reveal the wall in the office. We've got an office/studio.
Yeah.
It's actually a studio as well, where we do the radio show from and a couple of other podcasts. But I wanted something different as a feature wall in there. So I got on to me, mate, Min round at Outback Signs. I used to ring Brad, but these days he's down trying to hijack a business called Great Divide Tours. So he's down there working with him, trying to cut Vic Whitman out. You got to listen to you got to listen to the radio show to
Jesus.
understand. And what he's doing is he's basically just knifing Vic Whitman. He'll take over the business, and Vic will be out on his ass.
Oh,
right?
Jesus
Which won't be
Christ.
real pleasant for Vic, because there's nothing of him, so there's not a real big ass to land on. But mate, what a sensational job! And I've got to tell you, if you want signs done, you got to get onto them. What they've done in there, I mean, I feel like I'm
It
in.
looks great.
I feel like I'm in the outback.
It's
It's
great.
unbelievable. It's turned out, and every time I send something through to them, I say, Min, this is what I want. She sends me back something that I didn't even think of, and that's what we end up running with. So it's a great job. So we'll.
I say you got a bit of
We'll
Uluru there, mate.
we don't want to go off early.
All right, don't
go off early.
Mate.
Anyway, so but
Jesus.
we'll do that. But they're watching, man. They're good on you, Min. Thanks for tuning in, mate. And so I've got cable's running everywhere here. All right, so rather than listen to me dribble on shit, what about you just play a bit of Bob Seger? And then what we'll do, it's a big night in this shed tonight because I haven't seen me big mate Dave Ramley since he went into lockdown.
Really?
Yeah, he reckons he's been off the drink.
Doesn't look like it tonight, mate.
No, he's pretty quiet. He's going quiet tonight. All right, here we go. A bit of Bob Seger. This is from Yanni Coral up there in Tweed Edge. Get into it, Wilco, and I'll turn that mic right up for you.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Today's music ain't got the same soul. Still like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. We need some backing vocals. Kind of music just soothes the soul. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try and take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time rock and roll. Still like that old time rock and roll. The kind of music just soothes the soul. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Where's your harp, mate? Got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. Come here, really, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. Yeah, and something else, cause I don't know any more of the words. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time rock and roll.
What about the girls dancing behind the bar? That took you by surprise, didn't
Bloody
they?
brilliant, mate.
Oh, unbelievable. Eh? Anyway, so there you go. That's what it's. You know what? It's getting back to the old days in this shed, Wilco. As you know,
I love it, mate.
I mean, you've left this shed on a stretcher a couple of times yourself. As has there goes that light again. I have to get the young bloke to jump up on this stool in a minute.
It's a cracker though.
That light keeps going out, but yeah, no, all good.
Jeez.
Anyway, it's good to see the girls up there having a bit of a dance, and we've never seen each other. We've all been in lockdown for how long have we been?
Well, totally, mate. That's it.
Yeah, it's only been in.
We're all getting a bit of cabin fever and all going stir crazy.
Yeah, exactly right. So all very, very good. I was just off camera then, which is good, probably good for everybody else. And a good mate, a good night from the Turtles. Well done. And it's good to hit Barry Turtle, the Firewood King.
Totally.
Mate, how good's that fire going now?
Mate, it's because of that turtle
that firewood, mate. I get the firewood from Turtle Landscapes. Get onto it out there at Rouse Hill and South Windsor. Get onto him. He's a good man, Barry. And
well, mate, until that turtle firewood went on, it was just
every tree
hopeless.
Every tree you've seen here. I went up there last week. I think I told you, got some fruit trees which you've planted.
Yep.
By the time the avocados come out, I'll be dead. But anyway, all very good. But plenty of people still tuning in, which is good. Donna Berg, good mate of yours.
Yeah.
And what about Donna's comment, the Ducky Dancers, which is fantastic.
The Ducky Dancers.
Yeah, Min from Outback Signs, she's gone, go you girls. Steve Adams, well done. Thanks for the comment.
Oh, that's
and,
gold.
mate, plenty of people tuned in here, which is fantastic. And it's good to see that. What have we got here? My Uncle John's just put on his wife fronts and his black socks and slid into the room.
Oh, no.
Oh, mate, he's going all right, my Uncle John. Good bloke. I wish I was up there having a beer with you, mate. Anyway, so mate, the go-go dancers, mate. There's plenty of comments. So the girls have become popular.
Mate, I've got a friend up there in Cairns. If I don't give him a mention this week. So
Yeah, what's his name, mate? I met him, didn't I?
No, Scott Wellington.
Who was the bloke?
You met Shep.
Shep, was it?
Yeah.
I met him. That was the bloke we met on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
That was another big night.
Oh, totally, mate. Jeez.
Anyway, you get that in the big jobs.
You do, mate. Yeah.
Well, I reckon what we want to do, we want to get Reggie up.
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to get Reggie. We've got a bit of a treat for tonight. So Reggie the barman, let's just get Reggie. Reggie gets ready. Here he goes.
Are you going to use your guitar there, Reggie?
So Reggie...
Hey, get this one on you, mate. Put these on.
No, hang on. What are we doing here? Hang on, we'll just turn that off while you're bumping his mics around. So Reggie is our barman here, as you know, in the shed, and does a great job. And he's got the fire going good now, which is pretty good as well. Here he is. Let's give it up, Reggie. Can we just so we get Reggie on camera? We got Reggie on camera. Here he is, folks. Reggie. Hey. All right, so Reggie, let me just say, you might want to adjust those headphones for him, Dave. Just slide them up there. Your head's obviously bigger than his, and he's going all right, Reggie. So he's all right, mate. So just push that up. Well done, Reggie. You right? Yeah, no, good stuff. Well, now, Reggie, just talk into the microphone there. You're right. Now, talk now.
I can talk.
Yeah, no, good. Oh, you can get beers too, which is good. And, mate, just want to teach you to light fires.
This is falling off my ears.
We need to adjust it, Dave. Just push it up, mate. It'll just slide up and
I
adjust
think I
his
got
head.
it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, there you go. How's that? That'd be better?
Go. Yep.
Yeah, no, good stuff, mate. So, Reggie, mate, thanks for being our barman over the last week. Now, that suit you've got on tonight, where did we get that from, mate? What clothes bin?
You wouldn't want to know, really.
No?
You wouldn't want to know.
Let me just look over the bar at your shoes. I thought I saw a pair of... Yeah, mate, I saw your feet hanging out of the clothes bin down there at Windsor early today. And you're digging in there and... I mean, that one there, that's straight off the racket, I reckon, Lowe's in 1972.
4.
It's not an old school blazer, is it?
74.
74. Yeah. All right, so Reggie, you took us by surprise here a few weeks back, because what happens here, folks, when we do this on a Friday night, and then when we decide to turn it off, we then move from here over to there, where the fire is, and have a few beers. And Reggie picked up Wilco's guitar and started singing a few songs, and he did pretty well. In fact, Wilco, you're under threat here. So, anyway, Reggie, what do you got for us, mate? You're going to sing... You like the old country, don't you?
I reckon country is dying as far as old country is concerned.
Yeah, the old classics?
Yeah, and I tried to just bring that back so that people don't forget them.
That suit, that'll come back one day.
Oh, I hope so.
That style,
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough.
I used to see some more.
Anyway, and let me tell you now, folks, this is what we normally get up to here anyway without all this. I mean, we normally just sitting there doing exactly what we're doing tonight, so there's nothing too much made up here. So, Reggie, what do you got for us now? What are you going to play for us?
I'm going to do an old Hank Williams.
Hank Williams?
Song, Cheating Heart.
Yeah? All right, we'll give it up for Reggie. Here he is, folks. Reggie, he's on the bit of Hank Williams. Go, Reggie.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry, and you'll try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through, 'cause your cheating heart will tell on you. Now when tears come down like falling rain, you'll toss around and call my name. You're gonna walk the floor the way I do. Your cheating heart will tell on you. Your cheating heart will pine someday and brave the love that you threw away. The time will come when you'll be blue, 'cause your cheating heart is catching up with you. Now when tears come down like pouring rain, you toss around and call my name. You're gonna walk the floor the way I do, 'cause your cheating heart will tell on you. Yes, your cheating heart will tell on you. Thank you.
Reggie, let me tell you now, you got fans out there. More of Reggie, and mate, I can't believe my mate Dave Curran's watching this tonight. The Warriors obviously aren't playing. Good on you, Dave, and a great mate of mine. I haven't seen him for a while, but his young bloke plays for the Warriors, young Josh. Used to play footy with my young bloke around a caravan park up the coast, so he's come a long way from them days, so good to see you, Dave, on there. And James Glendenning has sent about 40,000 fucking messages. Good on you, James, for your support. Appreciate that. And he said more Reggie. And, mate, I've got to tell you now, they're calling you girls the Duckettes now. The Duckettes. The Duckettes. We've got a couple of other measures. This is great shed talk. Can we get a local sporting club on? We can do that.
What about Reggie? You're so cute, Reggie.
Reggie's cute. Yeah, listen, whoever made that comment, get the Specsavers tomorrow. I mean, he looks like we dug him up. I mean, you're kidding, aren't you? Reggie, what else have you got, mate? You got something else for us? There's plenty of Hank Williams fans on here. I can see that.
There you go. Is there any Merle Haggard ones out there?
Mate, you just go for your life and do it.
All right.
And I've got to say, mate, what about Steve Adams? I've got a little stiffy after that. Eh? Oh, Reggie. Hey, voted yes,
What have I done?
Hey, you voted yes.
What have
anyway,
I done?
well done. Rightio. All right. Righto, Reggie, let's give it to us, son.
Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engines slowly fading out of sight. They're taking you away and leaving me lonely. Silver wings slowly fading out of sight. Don't leave me, I cried. Don't take that airplane ride. But you blocked me out of your mind and left me standing here behind. Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engines, they're slowly fading out of sight. Don't leave me, I cried. Don't take that airplane ride. But you blocked me out of your mind and left me standing here behind. Silver wings shining in the sunlight, roaring engines, they're slowly fading out of sight. They're slowly fading out of sight. They're slowly fading out of sight.
Reggie. So what we're going to do, what we might just do is try and angle this camera down a bit so we can see you on the guitar there. You're going well. Mate, we're getting a few requests here for you. Mate, Reggie, you've become pretty popular, Rick. I mean, mate, this is the biggest comeback. This is a massive comeback.
I reckon I can start managing.
Anyway, what about Lawrence? Hey, excuse me, Blackie. Somebody else Lawrence knows from next door, Dave Curran. Said Dave Curran is a legend. Oh, we'll have to get Dave up here one night. He can be pretty wild. Okay, so just angle that. If you just angle that camera down a bit, Buffett, and we'll see how we go here. A little bit more. That should do it, I think. And Reggie's on the cans as well now. So, and what we might do, just swing it round just a touch, and I'll move over here a bit, and that way we can get Reggie fully on the thing. He's going good here, mate. You're on fire, Reg. You got a few fans out there, mate.
Don't know why.
Eh? I reckon they probably all met you on the courtesy bus when you used to drive the courtesy bus at the Hawkesbury Hotel. Eh?
Probably.
You're fucking lost. I mean, I spent 3 hours on that bus one night. I mean, let me tell you something. I got the courtesy bus because I was pissed. By the time you got me home, I was sober. I might as well just sat around there and drove home. Anyway, what do you got for us, Reggie? What else you got for us, mate? He's a good man, Reggie. He's going there. That's good, Corky. Well done. We've got Courtney's our cameraman. She's everything here, our sound engineer. Anyway, very, very good. I've got a request. What about, can you do Slim Dusty?
A dirty version of the public.
No. It's a family, Reggie. It's a family show.
I know.
Right? Can you do any Slim Dusty? We've got a request for Slim Dusty. Danny Dave, my man, Danny Dave. He sent through a request as well, and we'll see if I can find it. Danny Dave, hang on, he's got the same. Oh no, that's not it. Hang on, I'll find it. He requested someone. Send that through again, Dave. I can't find it now. Some request he wanted you to do. So. What do you got for us, mate? Oh, mate, have a drink. You all right?
Just to wet the whistle.
Yeah. Bucket mics for me, mate. All right.
All right. I don't know if I'll put it all into the right order, but I'm going to try.
What order's that?
The pub. Well.
Oh, you're going to try the pub with no beer,
I'm going to try the pub with no beer.
All right. Here we go. Slim Dusty. Reggie doing Slim Dusty. Crowd's going off here.
Well, it's a lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night, where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so awful, shocking or queer, than to stand in the bar of a pub with no beer. Now Billy the blacksmith, first time in his life, he's gone home cold sober to his darling wife. He walks in the kitchen, she says, "You really, my dear?" Then he breaks down and tells her the pub's got no beer. There's a dog on the veranda, still suffering from shock, 'cause his boss is inside, drinking wine with his mug. He hurries for cover and he cringes in fear. What a terrible place is a pub with no beer. This is where it gets tricky, ladies and gentlemen. Now the cook's acting cranky for the quota to come. There's a faraway look on the face of the bum. The cook's acting cranky and everyone's queer, but they turned around and said it's because the pub's got no beer. So it's a lonesome away from your kindred and all, by the campfire at night where the wild dingoes call. But there's nothing so awful, shocking or queer, than to knock off the barmaid who's got gonorrhea. I had that
Oh, Reggie. I mean, fair dinkum. That was a bit hard. Mate, what about, we've got a request here. Do you do David Allen Coe songs?
No.
There's your answer, Danny Dave. He doesn't do them. I mean, there's no mucking around. Just straight out with it. No. No? Who is he? I've never heard of him. Wilco, do you know who he is? Yeah? Do you do his songs? Fair enough. Okay. Well, that was a request that came through. And we've also had one come through from Chris the Boot Man. You look like Dickie Nee. You do look a bit like Dickie Nee. I mean, you do a little bit. I'm looking at you on the screen here now. You do look a little bit like Dickie Nee.
But someone kept putting his hand up.
Yeah. What are you talking about now? What's Wilco a ventriloquist? He's got a dummy fucking 3 feet away. I mean, seriously. Righto, come on. You'll give us one more, then we'll go back on. You have a bit of a break. I reckon, who wants more of Reggie? Let us know. I mean, you've done a great job here tonight, Reggie. I reckon just go again, mate. I mean, we're sitting around here drinking beers. I mean, mate, we could be here. What time is it before you're on time curfew, love? Noise. Midnight. Oh, jeez, how good's this? All right. How many songs you got in you, Reggie?
Oh, I've got a few.
All right, okay. Well, you should have. You're 120. All right, so all very good, mate. Righto, what are we going with now, mate?
I'll do a thing called Wasted Days and Wasted Nights.
Top song. So go, Reggie. Righto, off you go.
wasted days and wasted nights I have left for you behind. But you don't belong to me. Your heart belongs to someone else. Why should I keep loving you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name when you're to blame for making me blue? Don't you remember the day that you went away and left me? I was so lonely, prayed for you only, my love. Oh, should I keep screwing you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name when you're to blame for making me blue? Don't you remember the day that you went away and you left me? I was so lonely, prayed for you only, my love. Why should I keep loving you when I know that you're not true? And why should I call your name when you're to blame for making me blue? Thank you very much.
No, they've gone off out here, Reggie. They have gone off big time. Get that beer in here. I mean, I'll tell you now, the more mouthfuls you have, the better you're going.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, so here he is, Reggie, what do we call you? Dickie Reggie Nee. So I reckon we'll just call you Reggie Nee from now on. Reggie Nee the barman, and you've backed up here tonight for a bit of entertainment in the shed. It's actually not that cold, thank Christ for that, because you fucked up with that fire. It is going, though, which is good. How is the fire, Wilco? You're out there? Courtney's out there by the fire as well, which is good. And Courtney's having a little vodka and Coke Zero tonight, which she deserves, because it can be very stressful working with me, Wilco.
Oh, mate, really?
Ask Blackie. Hey, love? Yeah, so she's just giving me the old... Yeah, no, fair enough.
Again, mate.
Yeah, no, fair enough. The girls did a great job of dancing. So what we'll do, we're going to get you to play another oldie, and then we'll get Wilco on and we'll get the girls back up to have a dance behind the bar, all right? Plenty of comments, plenty of people. I'll just check, Reggie, if there's any request. Mate, do you know any Queen?
Get off.
Mate, what about Donna Berg? She's all over it. What about Glenn from Roughstock? You're a champion, Reggie. Watch out the parachutes, mate. Watch out for the parachutes. What's to go there?
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
What's an in-joke, is it? Now, listen. Hey? Now, listen. I mean, if you want to start running your own race here, Reggie, with your fucking in-jokes with your mates, I mean, fair dinkum. What does the parachutes mean? You right there, Reggie?
Yeah,
no more beer for you, mate.
Getting
So
your ears
anyway,
right.
yeah. All right, here goes Reggie Nee. Come on, give us one more and have a bit of a break. We'll get Wilco on, we'll get the girls up for a dance. All happening here tonight in the shed, and a pretty big night, and we'll go over and so we get that fire. The fire's going good. Good on you, Courtney. Mate, let me tell you, we've got a fire in the house as well. And Courtney looks after that most of the day in between working with me, and she's done a great job of fixing that fire up for you, Reggie. So when you have a break, just don't go near the fucking thing, okay?
No worries.
All right, here we go. So what do we got now?
I'm just going to do a ballady thing.
A ballady thing?
Yeah.
I've got Dave Rampling here. He's loving it. He's an old Kenny Rogers fan and loves the old stuff. All right.
It's called Help Me Make It Through the Night.
Rightio, here we go. You're doing well.
I need a lot of help.
No, you don't, mate. I'll tell you now, Reggie, you've made this. I mean, mate, mate, and for people that should know, we are pretty good mates, which is why we're taking the mickey out of you. You right, Reggie?
I'm right.
Righto, mate. Off you go, son.
Take the ribbons from your hair. Shake it loose, let it fall. Lay it soft on my skin, like the shadows on the wall. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning light. All I'm taking is your time to help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong, and I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow, 'cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. Ain't it sad to be alone? Help me make it through the night. I don't care what's right or wrong, and I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow, 'cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone, and tomorrow's out of sight. Ain't it sad to be alone? Help me make it through the night. No, I don't want to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Reggie Nee, well done, son. You've done well here tonight, mate. And mate, you can hear those dogs over the back there. They normally they usually just make that sound when there's, fire trucks not going past. Anyway, so that was all very, very good. Well done, Reggie. You've done, mate. You've done well. Have a bit of a break.
I would
now. All right, have a bit of a break. Now, listen. There's a message here from Jared, and Jared, who we know well, who was started. Poor old Jared started this thing called Wet Your Whistle in Windsor, and then we all went into lockdown. So, Jared, we'll give you a few plugs here. He's a top bloke, puts on a good feed, and it's there right in there at the top of George Street there in Windsor. The great, you're right there, boys. I'll just turn that off while you're mucking around with that. He's got the Wet Your Whistle, which is a bit of a what's up there? We'll go. It's a feed and a drink and cocktails and all that. He was doing a bit of a mobile thing there for a while. So good on you, Jared. We'll give you a plug here, mate. Yeah, at Wilberforce, yeah. So anyway, but keep your eye out for that if you're around the Hawkesbury, around Windsor area. Wet Your Whistle. So all very good. Well, I reckon you did pretty good there, Reggie. So, mate, what about Reggie? He's gone off he's gone straight off, and here he goes, Reggie, straight over to the fire. Well done, Reggie. You're all over it. Okay, so what we're going to do now is, while Reggie's over there checking that fire, just put a small piece on. This light keeps going on and off here. It's like a blinker. Anyway, Wilco, so what we want to do is we want to get the girls back up for a bit of a dance. What have we got for them? What about me mate Mark Levy? He's watching. Our mate Mark, what do you want? I've got that on now. How's that?
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
So we got our mate Mark Levy. He's tuned in again tonight, mate. What about the job? And, mate, let me tell you, Mark, anyone who knows me knows I'm a good mate of Mark Levy's, and he's been on the Drive show on 2GB in Sydney and 4BC in Brisbane this week and done a great job, mate. Good on you, Levy.
Mate,
I always knew you had it in you, son.
He's doing a brilliant job and then going straight into Wide World Sports after that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, mate. And then working all weekend on the football.
Then I think he's doing the continuous call team tonight, isn't he?
Yeah, mate. Oh, mate.
Bloody hell.
And, mate, let me tell you now.
Does he sleep?
You know what he wants to do? In between all of that, he wants to come up here on a Friday night.
Oh, mate, you got to get him here.
Yeah, I know. We've got to get him here. We've got to get a bigger fridge here too. If he turns up here, we'll need a bigger fridge. But he's a top bloke, and well done, Leeds. He's just straight in there, and
I loved it those couple of days. He was at the pub in the honeymoon suite.
He's in the honeymoon suite, by himself, of course, and which is fantastic. I don't know what he did in there.
All we had was a bed. We didn't have anything else.
He had the ensuite.
He had the ensuite.
He got the ensuite. Remember, there was some bloke blowing up. Remember that? We didn't want to tell you at the time, Levy, but there was a bloke in the pub wanted to kill you because we fucking kicked him out of the honeymoon suite and put you in there.
that was
The
gold.
bloke was filthy. Oh, I can book that. Yeah, you cares, mate. Out you get.
Oh, yeah, that was gold. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that was
Anyway,
funny.
we had to give that bloke a complimentary night in the presidential suite.
Yes, which is up the road, another pub.
Which had no bathroom. It was very, very funny, but all
God.
very, very good. But anyway, so good on your leaves. You've done a good job, mate. I only wish you were here in the shed with us. And mate, hey Reggie, that fire's going good, isn't it?
That's
Yeah,
a turtle.
well done, good job,
Turtle
Courtney.
wood.
You know, mate, Courtney's done a great job, and of course, this wood is from Turtle
Wood.
Landscapes. Yeah, absolutely.
And our major sponsor for the night.
Yes, the Australian Hotel. We've got
Hey,
Levy, you'd be happy to know we've got a sponsor.
Yep.
The Australian Hotel at McGrath Hill. Just go through the double
yeah.
lane drive through there and grab your beers and your bourbons and your
That's been the
rums
same family there since 1916.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
God, they're old now.
It's an old pub, eh?
Oh.
It's a real
No,
old
six
pub. All the pubs,
six generations of Maguires there.
well, we're very lucky where we live. All the pubs out here are very old, and probably the newest one is this one here, and the Bomo Tavern at
the Bomo.
the Bomo up there at Bowen Mountain.
I mean,
Look, if you're on there, boys, Coxie, send us a message. You're up there tuned in up at the Bomo. Him and Berrigan up there on the Bomo Tavern at Bowen Mountain.
Yeah.
And it's a wonder they haven't been down here, the boys. I know
think
Coxie was keen.
Coxie was on there tonight, wasn't he?
Well, mate, big chance. I mean, Coxie will be on the drink tonight. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, he and James Glendenning,
Mate, James Glendenning.
they're good ones.
You know what? James Glendenning,
Yeah.
you know he slept out here the front here for 3 days waiting for tonight to start. In the end, I had to get rid of him. I had to get Bluey to hunt him. I said, well, what are you doing here? He goes, mate, I want to see Friday night. I want to be in the shed with you on Friday Night Live.
Yeah.
And I said, mate, it's fucking Tuesday.
Well, it's the first time I've seen Bluey not looking hungry here.
Yeah, Bluey's good.
He might have taken
good.
James' right leg.
Yeah, he might have. Oh, no, maybe not.
No,
Bluey's not that good. You know what I mean? No, but anyway, James came in here on Tuesday with a pillow and a sleeping bag and a change of clothes. I said, what do you want? And he goes, mate, I just want to camp here.
Yeah.
He thought it was a One Direction concert. You know what I mean?
Well, I tell you, mate.
Actually,
we had to get through the hordes of people just to get in here tonight. We've only got 5 people in here.
We are social distancing, Wilco.
But there's 400 out the front.
Yeah, there's 400 out the front hanging over the fences out the back. Yes,
just
exactly
waiting.
right.
Yeah, totally.
But but James actually thought it was a One Direction concert, and I said, no, it's actually One Erection, which he hasn't had for a while, so he went. So, but James, thanks for your support, mate. It's good to see you. One of the greats of Hawkesbury Radio as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, all right. Well, you better get in. We've dribbled enough. What are we going to play? Something the girls can dance to?
Well, I'll give it a go.
Eh? All right. Girls, you want to come up, get ready to do your dance, or you want to hear the music first?
I haven't been able to do Disco Inferno for quite some time, but...
That's not what I've heard. What's that nightclub in Richmond?
Crago's Cram Bar. You know, what was it? What did you call it before?
Stupiders.
Jupiters.
Stupiders.
Yeah.
Right, come on, let's crank it up and hang on. I think James has just commented.
Yeah, they're getting the groove. Look,
I can. Righto, come on, girls, up you come. Friday night here in the bar. How good is it?
Down around the corner, half a mile from here, see them old trains running. Come on, watch them disappear without love. Where would you be now? Without love. You know I saw Miss Lucy down along the track. Got the guitar up in here, Mick. Won't be coming back without love. Hey, Duck, is the guitar in the mix? Where would you be now? Chorus. Without love. Well, the Illinois Central, Southern Central Freight, keep on pushing, mama. Won't be running late without love. Where would you be now? Here we go, chorus. Without love.
this is sponsor time. Thank you to the Australian Hotel for sponsoring us tonight. Thank you, Duck, for having us Reggie and I up here in the Duck Shed. What a great night. How was Dick Johnson?
When the pistons keep on turning, wheels go round and round. Steel rails are cold and hard from the miles that they go down. Without love, where would you be now?
Here we go.
Without love,
Without love, where would you be now? And there's that guitar there. So we can see we're playing the guitar.
The girls are back into it again, which is good.
Bloody brilliant, mate.
Bloody brilliant. All right, mate. You got another one in you or not?
Nah.
No?
No, I'm going to drink some beer.
I reckon, look, we say the boat. Look, I've got a message here. The Bomo Tavern is going strong and watching the podcast, which is fantastic. Good on you, Coxie, and the boys and girls up there. Eric has just sent the message through the Bomo Tavern. We should take this up the Bomo Tavern one
Wouldn't
Friday
that be
night.
great?
Well, it would be.
Coxie's a great bloke.
Talking about an erection. Imagine Coxie getting on if we lobbed up there.
Jesus.
Eh?
Yeah, mate.
He'd be
What
stoked,
a
wouldn't
ledge.
he? Eh? Oh, mate, Coxie's the man. Don't worry about that. And we have plenty of people still tuning in, which is good considering the footy's on tonight.
Oh, bloody. Are we outranking the footy?
The best concreter in the business, Fowler's Troutler's Benny Fowler. He's lobbed in as well, which is good. And good to see James Glendenning still commenting. Whatever, James. Yep, no, well done. And what are we saying here? James, I'll be giving too much time to James from Lynn.
Oh, Lynn.
Oh.
Is that Lynn?
Lynn Crosby?
Oh, yeah. No,
Too
Lynn.
much time for James. So there you go. You've got a fan, James.
Jeez.
She obviously wasn't listening to you when you were doing that great stuff on Hawkesbury Radio back in the day.
Mate, no. I know Lynn. She's a lovely lady. She's one of the runners of Knowlesy's fan club.
Yeah, right, okay. Well
Yeah,
done.
so-
Your mate Shannon Knowles. Who's coming on this?
I think next Friday.
Yeah, next Friday night. Shannon Knoll will be joining us next Friday night, which should be good. Yeah,
We got some stories from the road.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. In fact, it'll be great. We'll have to try and stay sober that night.
I know, mate. Jesus.
Anyway, so that'll be good.
Yeah, good on you, Knowlesy. That's
Yeah,
good
that'll
on
be
you for saying
fantastic.
yes to
So
that.
good on you, Knowles. And he's
Yeah.
been a bit busy. He was actually going to come on. He was we were trying to get him on for this week. Then we grabbed the great Dick Johnson, which was fantastic.
Oh, mate. Well,
How good was
two
it?
great Aussies, mate.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, I reckon you.
Have you got your harp?
Well, what are we? Oh,
I'm going to play something in E.
In E. Oh,
We've got that Isolation Blues thing going on. That can be our
Where is it?
outro.
Hang on a minute. I'll find an E harp here. Find if I got it. Hang on, where are other harps? I think that's the E harp.
Hey, Scott Wellington up in Cairns there, and Shep and Ray and the boys. Thanks for tuning in each week since we've been on.
Mate, there's been plenty of people tuned in every week, which is good.
Yeah.
And we're not sure how much longer we'll do this for. Like we said, this is what goes on here in the bar and of a Friday night anyway. And normally we've just got no camera on or none of this shit set up. It's all in the office in the studio.
It just happens.
The worst part about it is we get pissed here afterwards. You're not going to put all this stuff away a bit later on. But anyway, that's all good. And it's good to see. I've seen a couple of other comments here. I've got Great Divide Signs. Well done. That's a good one that's come through for Brad Bell, around at Outback.
Yep.
New name for his business, Great Divide Signs. So,
Perfect.
Well done. And as you can see, the job they did on the back wall of my office is just unbelievable.
I think next week you might have to take a photo of that. And if
Oh, no. We've just got to wait. Min's got to come around. She's just got to... Mate, this is what we're doing. How good's this?
Yeah.
We're wrapping the air conditioner as well.
You have to. I saw the air conditioner stands out like the air's rock
Yeah, that's
there.
right. Yeah, that's right, as you mentioned it again.
Yes, well, that's right.
Yeah, but we're going to wrap the air conditioner and we're going to fix that up and then we'll put it up and watch their phone ring.
Mate, totally. It looks amazing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But anyway. All right, so what are we doing?
Even down to your desk, mate.
Yeah.
The desk looks great.
Oh, a lot of great... Where's my beer? Reggie,
Where's
do I
mate
leave it
yours?
over there? All right, just... I think I've left it there. Is that a full one? What do I do with it? No, I've just got a full one here somewhere, Reggie.
Oh, shit.
I don't know what happened to it.
We've got to give him another one, mate.
It's got to be over there, maybe. Anyway, grab that, see if you can find that. And, yeah, that's it, Reggie. Well done. That's full?
That's me, the bartender, mate.
Yeah, that's what... But you're supposed to be here getting the drinks, for God's sake. I'm bloody... Mate, I mean, fair thing, I'll be standing at the gate next barking when someone walks past. Anyway, good on you, Bluey. Well done. He's been pretty quiet tonight, hasn't he?
Bluey's been amazing tonight.
Bluey's been good.
Look at him. He just wants to get in and join the action.
Yeah,
That's
no, he doesn't look like it, mate. He's lying there with the fire.
like my cattle dog. He just needs to be part of the group, and then he's fine.
All right, what we'll do this, and then we'll get Reggie back up to do a couple of tunes, and then we might
Perfect.
call it a night. Oh, we'll call it.
Hang on, Blackie's.
And where's Josh Peters tonight? Yes, well, Josh hasn't turned up. Josh Peters is my mate in the footy bloke, and his young bloke Archie. He's normally here every week.
Yeah.
They couldn't come tonight, and young Dougie, but Josh will be back next week for Shannon Noel. And hang on, I was mentioned Archie Love. I've got a producer over here.
Tell you what, mate,
unbelievable.
Jesus.
Fuck me, dead. I mean, everyone's a critic. Fair dinkum. Anyway, all good. So here we go. What are we doing?
The Isolation Blues thing that we started a couple of weeks ago. You ready to go?
It's pretty old, this one. Righto, let's
so
get
are we,
it.
mate.
Let's get in. Oh, no. Righto. Oh, that sounds fucking terrible.
That's a bit out of key.
That's a bit out there. Well, you said E.
I got the 1.5 meter isolation blues. I got the 1.5 meter isolation blues. I got no gig, I got no band, but I'm sitting with my mate Duck with a Tilly's Blue in our hands. I got the 1.5 meter isolation blues. Got the 1.5 meter isolation blues. And here's Fun Reg going to the fridge.
I don't know what to say here, but
Yeah.
solo, Duck.
Got the 1.5 meter isolation blues.
What's that, Bluey?
Got the 1.5 meter isolation blues.
No one knows what playing the guitar is, so
I got no gig, I got no band, but we need a sponsor like Australian Hotel, like they did tonight, yeah, yeah. Woo!
I think that heart's a bit stuffed, to be honest. In fact, we might have to...
I reckon Harvey will be back on the line.
Oh,
mate,
no,
Harvey's going to give it to you, mate.
What do you think? He's watching this. You're kidding, aren't you? I mean, I think we might have to... Anything from now on's in C or G, Reggie, okay? Yeah, I think that heart might be a bit stuffed. We might be... yeah, she's pretty old and it's even got rust on it.
Rust on
All
it.
right, so what
All
we'll do is we'll get Reggie with our man, Reggie the Barman. He's back.
Hey, thanks for having me, mate. Very much appreciated.
Well done,
I'm
Wilco.
going to go next to the fire and drinking another couple of Tuies. See ya.
Okay, let's get Reggie up to do a couple for us, and then we're out of here tonight. Thanks for tuning in, but Reggie's going to... bit more old stuff, Reggie, so we get a few requests happening here. If you've got a request for Reggie, he's done a great job, Reggie, and here he is, he's back. He's had a few beers tonight too. All right, Reggie, you all set?
I'm a sailor.
Well, okay, what are we playing, mate?
The guitar and a
Yeah, I
bit
know
of
that. I
singing.
know that. What I mean, mate, we've had a few requests for you tonight already. What do you got for us?
I'm going to do a David Bowie.
What? Hang on a minute.
Yeah, I
You've
know.
gone from Mel Haggart
Yeah,
to David Bowie.
yeah.
How many beers have you had?
5.
Anyway,
No.
mate, Benny Fowler's just sent a message. Looks like it's time for a wild turkey.
Well, there you go. So, all right.
You know, you know me well, Ben. Anyway, so and another one here, Deb. It's good on the Australian Hotel, yeah, and good on them for sure because they did. They're our new sponsor, aren't they, Wooka? Yeah, we love them. So well done, and they've got the best bottle they going. It's massive. You drive 3 trucks through there. It's an absolute cracker. And not like that truck that drove through the... oh, mate, we've got another request here. Who do you reckon requested this, Blackie? Diamantina Drover by John Williamson. No? Sorry, Ben. Anyway,
Sorry.
so we can't play that. Anyway, so all
Only
very
old.
good. Anyway, so we've got, and you're not going to believe it, but James Glendinning sent another one through again. I mean, fair dinkum, James. Anyway, so well done. All right, so here we go, Reggie. Let's get into it. What are we doing? We're going to. What did you say we're going to do again?
I'm going to do a David Bowie song.
David Bowie.
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Here we go. Let's get into it.
With a long blonde hair and her eyes are blue, the only thing I ever got from you was sorrow. Sorrow. You're acting funny, tried to spend my money without you paying your half-class games of sorrow. Sorrow. With a long blonde hair, her eyes are blue. The only thing I ever got from you was sorrow. Sorrow. With a long blonde hair, I couldn't sleep last night. With a long blonde hair.
Oh, Reggie, Jesus.
So with a long blonde hair, her eyes are blue. The only thing I ever got from you was sorrow. Sorrow. With a long blonde hair, I couldn't sleep last night. With a long blonde hair. A little bit over the place, but that'll do.
Right, what else you got, Reggie?
Oh, well.
I want you to do one more before we go off, okay? Here we go. What do you got? Something, mate, make it special.
All right.
Don't use all your good stuff up now, though, because we're going to get around that fire shortly when we turn everything off.
Okay.
And so let's see what you got, mate. What are we going to go with?
Much the same as what I just did. Same chords.
What do you do, a Madonna song or something like that? I mean, you've pulled some surprises out. Righto, here we go.
You can dance every dance with a guy who gives you the eye. Let him hold you tight. You can smile every smile for the man who held your hand neath the pale moonlight. But don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Oh, I know that the music's fine like sparkling wine. Go and have your fun. Laugh and sing, but we're apart. Don't give your heart to anyone. And don't forget who's taking you home, and in whose arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Don't you know I really love you so? Can't you feel it when we touch? I will never ever let you go. Oh, I love you oh so much. You can dance, go and carry on till the night is gone and it's time to go. If he asks if you're all alone, can he take you home? You must tell him no. And don't forget who's taking you home, and in his arms you're gonna be. So darling, save the last dance for me. Whoa, 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 save the last dance for me. Whoa, 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 save the last dance for me. Okay.
Go, Reggie.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only life you'll see, I won't cry, I won't cry, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Won't you stand stand by me. And if the clouds above should tumble and fall, and the mountains should tumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, I won't shed a tear, just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Stand by me. Won't you stand by me.
On your Reggie, got it, girls, out of the way. Well done, mate, well done. You got me by surprise then, Reggie. I thought you had another verse left in you there. Well done, mate.
I didn't, I left it alone.
All right. No, well done. Oh, you're right there, Reggie?
Yeah, I'm just cutting me leg.
Just watch those headsets, mate. They're worth plenty. All right, I'll turn that off and just turn Reggie off. He's just... Reggie's leg's gone to sleep on the stool. And... Reggie!
Yeah, all Australian boys need a shed.
Well, that is our shed show for this Friday night. We certainly do thank you for tuning in, and I know that we're up against the footy tonight, but don't forget you can go back and watch this on our YouTube channel. Just go to the Duck Off-Road Australia and check it out on YouTube. A big thank you to Dick Johnson who came on a bit earlier, and it was certainly, mate, I've been a fan of Dick's for a long time, so it was really really good to get him on for a bit of a chat. And for everyone who's been tuning in, we thank you for doing that. We'll be back to do it again next week with Shannon Noel. We'll see you then.
Yeah, all Australian boys need a